Christmas at Maxwell's is a terrible film. There are some terrible, potentially dangerous messages in this, and it's ultimately ridiculous and kind of damaging. This was released originally in 2006. It's directed and written by William C. Laufer, and it stars Andrew May as Andrew and Jack Hourigan as Suzie. And Suzie, we learn, is unwell, and it turns out she has cancer, and things seem to progress pretty quickly to the point where she looks really sickly and unwell, and she's got kind of the classic look of a cancer patient going through chemotherapy or something similar, wearing, the bandana covering her head, and all of that is, creating an image that makes me a little bit emotional, absolutely. I want to say the makeup department did an amazing job. And then in the next scene, she's got a full head of hair and is looking full of life. And that's not to say that somebody receiving cancer treatment can't have periods where they feel better, but not in such a short space of time, not like that. So it's inconsistent, unrealistic. And there's also this massive suggestion. Now, if the film didn't mean to suggest this, they've done a very bad job of it. There's this massive suggestion that the cancer is a punishment for an abortion. Her husband basically forced her to have an abortion, however many years ago, and they have 2 children before they had their children. And that wasn't her plan. She'd already named the child, but that's the route it went down. Would you stay with somebody who forced you to have an abortion? I don't know if that would be the best idea, but never mind. The situation she's in is she's got 2 beautiful children now, so that's something for her to cling on to, I guess. And there is a few scenes that definitely have an anti-abortion agenda, and honestly, there are some messages in this about cancer treatment versus religion, and I'm a religious person, but I fully believe in Western medicine. And I don't think faith is going to get you through it, because if faith would get you through it, we wouldn't need Western medicine. As many people do believe, the Lord has given us the gift of medicine. He has given us the knowledge to utilise the things that grow on this earth for medication purposes. And this film just takes it to the extreme. And I'll discuss the ending in a moment, because the ending is just the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen. And again, is full of false, damaging, dangerous messages. It's an absolutely abysmal, appalling film, both in terms of the messages, but also in terms of the narrative structure. It's just terrible. And I kind of recommend it for all of the wrong reasons, because it's just disturbing that this could even exist. So the ending, very briefly, I will say, again, the makeup department did an amazing job. So huge spoiler, I'm going to explain what happens in the last couple of minutes. And in the last couple of minutes, they wake up and she is dead. And I have to say, she looks dead. They did an absolutely fantastic job with it. And there's this moment where we see her spirit rising from her body. The actual effects of it look really good, but it's, completely unexpected and not really what one would expect to see in this kind of film. And then once his father leaves the room to go to his children, a couple of minutes later, she's resurrected. Literally resurrected. She is alive again and smiling and happy, and it makes no sense, and it's absolutely ridiculous. Maybe they were trying to instill hope that if you are going through this illness, you might survive. That would be a great message. But the message that you might die and then come back from the dead is just stupid. There's no point to this film whatsoever. I feel like it had an anti-abortion agenda. If it doesn't, and that's not the message they were trying to portray, they need to realise that that is the message that the film portrays. And as I said, there are some dangerous perspectives on cancer and how it can affect people and what a person's outlook might be like. So if you're in the mood to see something terrible, sometimes it's fun to watch a bad film, then give it a go. There are a couple of moments where I was a little bit choked up. There are a few moments here and there where I really felt for the characters' situations, and it was obviously a horrible thing that they were going through, but generally I just found it to be absolutely horrendous. So watch it if you're in the mood for something that's dangerous and damaging and ultimately terrible. Don't watch it if you're actually looking for a good film.